I know how these things work. I do.
You two are fine. But we are actually live.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask.
And you would think that 0 people are watching us, so now I'm wondering if we're actually live because more than 0 people are waiting.
Let me look at my whatchamahoogie. Nope, it is
No,
live.
we are live. Okay. Welcome to Bad Science Sunday, everyone, where we take a comedic approach to debunking bad science on the internet. And today, it's just an embarrassment of riches this evening. We have Dr. Josh. Please welcome my co-host, Dr. Kip Davis, who has written no books.
No books.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I would. I should have given you my video. So.
I love saying it.
Of course.
I would have fucked with Dr. Josh too, but I actually own one of his books. Dr. Josh, would you like to give us the elevator pitch? Who are you?
Oh yeah. Well, thank you, Maya, for having me on. Finally, I've been asking for years and years, and finally she made some space. So it's a privilege. No, the last part. I mean, I haven't been asking for years and years. She
was
me.
I saw him once in a Power Fiction show, and then he's been dodging me ever since. Finally, Kip ran up and grabbed him, and he was like, "Talk to her, you bitch."
Yeah, I mean, it was weird. It took this very strange step of asking me to come on. It was crazy. I don't even know where to go.
It was about this time of night too.
I am Joshua Bowen. I am apparently a guru at TikTok.
Maven. TikTok Maven.
Sorry, I know now after some looking and Megan showing me how to end my live stream, so it's all good. No, I am an Assyriologist.
An assologist, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, an assologist. Yes, that is true. Thank you, Bree, for that. But yes, I studied the ancient Near East and the Hebrew Bible and archaeology and all kinds of fun old stuff at Johns Hopkins University. So yeah, I spend my time in online spaces doing a lot of what Kip does, just trying to make sure that that people are, building their interpretive models with, the right data point bricks.
That's not what I'm doing. I'm just here to try and make people cry. That's it. That's
yes, all I'm doing. Clearly. Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm I don't do shit. I just kind of lay around, and apparently I am the owner of one of the woke mobs that cancel people. That was fun to learn.
You're in charge.
Clearly. Yeah. Josh, have you met the woke mob there in the live chat now?
Well, I can't see the live chat.
You probably need to bring up.
Oh, is there a way to do that?
Kip, do you know how to I don't know what it looks like on your side. I know it's different, but I do know from being with Josh, Oz and Jenna, that there is a live chat somewhere.
I do see it now.
Okay, beautiful.
The button. Beautiful. I can't read it, but I can see the.
Oh, okay. So Megan is in the chat. She says that you should not find it because you'll get distracted.
Yes, maybe I.
So do not do that because your wife is saying don't touch it.
So she deserves some credit for getting him here too.
Indeed,
I suspect. So thank you, Megan.
She's the one that said, "I've got the kids. Go take a nap." So
nice.
I do appreciate that.
Nice.
There are other things that I appreciate from Megan, and does he still not know?
He doesn't know.
Should we do it now, or should we leave it as an icebreaker? Not an icebreaker, a palate cleanser.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it then. That's probably better. Now he's terrified. Now you're terrified.
I know. Now everybody's just like, what's going on? All right. You know what? We can do both. Because you know what? The people that are here now are going to be asleep later.
That's true. And people are going to be happy to see it over and over.
I think so.
And over and over.
And I just want to say that this had absolutely nothing to do with Megan.
Oh. Yeah. Well, my name's Kent Hovind. Call me Dr. T-Rex. I don't get evolution. It's too darn complex. As such, to take some time to read a book or two, but there ain't no making money learning something new. I was a high school teacher. Science is my game. If you step to me, I'll put you all to shame. Not a doggone thing my PowerPoint can't solve. I got a million slides that never have evolved. Those atheists are living in a hazy fog. They know a dog never could produce an odd dog. Water, otter, Satan on my rhymes. Creationist of G, the first of my kind.
Who was that young, clean-shaven gentleman?
I know, right? Can't even.
Oh my God! Brilliant.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant. And no, yeah, I can't take any of the credit. I do want to thank Mrs. Harabi for that.
Thank you, Megan. I suppose if people are interested in viewing, I think all 4 TikTok videos that I put out on that channel platform account, I don't know what it's called. The TikTok handle I think is called Not Kent Hovind. There's I sing a Christmas song.
Oh my God.
I think it's the 12 Days of Christmas, maybe. I mean, it's just the first part of it because you can't sing the whole thing, I'm sure. But yeah. Anyway, I think each refrain ends with an IQ of 160. So you know how we do.
Oh, indeed. No, I thank you for coming, Dr. Josh, and bringing the beard. It just wouldn't be a day in life without it.
I put the beard oil in.
The Dr. Josh's beard balm.
Yeah.
the special digital Harabi.
Yeah.
Available at fine haberdasheries everywhere.
Oh God.
All right. I do want to, I'm trying to, okay. So I do want to thank, we have a couple of people here. Whoa, no. Who the hell is this again?
This is Eddie
McCoy. Weasel, I'm sorry, new cultist. And then we also have Misinterpretations, who also became a new cultist. So I want to thank, and then I gave 5 memberships, I gifted memberships to 5 new cult members as well. And I'm not going to try to find their names because we've been talking for a bit and we're going to get on to the actual video. But I want to thank everybody, all the new cultists.
We can't recognize anyone anyway since
YouTube So please enjoy your tapica weasels, your nitties and vaginas. We have titties and vaginas here. If you ever stayed awake long enough, you would know that.
Fuck you. So,
Kip, you're supposed to have the video up.
Oh, is that now? I have to.
Come on, Kip.
Yeah.
God,
actually, you know what? So, there's a bunch of shit I didn't do either.
This is it here. So we're watching.
You got to learn to share.
And I haven't. Is it on there now?
It is on now, actually.
Okay. And I
I probably should have
into a full screen. There we go.
Very nice.
Very nice.
But before I do that, because the way Tap does this, he does like an intro, doesn't he?
Oh,
so this is.
Yeah.
Am I doing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Elizabeth Clare Prophet interviewing the one and only Zechariah Sitchin, who, if I'm not mistaken, revolutionized the field of Sumerian studies and ancient Near Eastern literature. That's correct, right, Josh?
I've heard it both ways.
Yeah. Okay. So this looks really old and also very long.
It is.
And
I wanted to say that you might want to start. I think it's around minute 14.
okay.
I'm
So
gonna try
this
to keep
is
up.
this is actually and probably because excuse me, you were trying to find actual content with Zechariah Sitchin.
Yes.
But this channel,
Mhm.
Ashrams of India,
Uh-huh.
has only 10,000 subscribers. And
Oh no.
this video,
I noticed that you're not one of them.
true. Maybe I should remedy that now. There we go. Okay.
Oh God, you didn't have to.
I was just kidding.
Let's see what happens.
Actually,
shall we?
no. Minute 16.
Okay.
Something. Yeah, somewhere around there.
But this video has 38,000 views. So
I
it's
actually
gotta
don't like
be
this
good.
because you know what? I'm losing the chat. So what can I do?
what's wrong?
Oh, here we are. All right. So I'm gonna add.
Oh, I thought you meant like people were leaving.
No,
Chat. And I was
no. Like we have
damn,
I have 60 people here. They're all here to see you because this never happens
awesome.
to me.
that can't be right.
You had 100 people in your TikTok today.
Yeah, but that's because there's like a really nice group of people on TikTok. They're like, let's go help.
And it's nothing but assholes on YouTube. That's
What?
just it.
No,
right?
no. This is
Jesus.
the woke mob. They are a
Right.
very, very friendly group. Unless you're a bigoted asshole, in which case you might not want to come around these parts. I don't know.
I do have to say, I did have my first, what do you call, my first op
Oh, fuck.
come up on my live today, and he started off with calling me effeminate.
Your first what?
My first oppositional.
Oh, okay. Got it. No.
And
Can you hear me?
No.
Damn it.
Oh,
we got
Wait,
Such an idiot.
are you lying to me?
holy shit.
I would never lie to you.
It's the
Hi.
hi. Wow, that was unexpected. You're actually in Scotland now?
I am in Scotland this time, yes.
Wow.
Why are you in Scotland?
Well, so there's this
Your
thing
brother
about
got married
geography.
over a week ago.
Yeah, he did.
I think the question is, why aren't we in Scotland?
These are the important questions. Exactly. We should all be in Scotland.
Agreed.
What time is it for you?
It is 2:15, and you started 15 minutes early, didn't you?
I started
30
Yeah.
minutes early.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. I can do math when I didn't just wake up at 2 a.m. It's good to see all of you. Hello, Dr. Josh.
How are you?
Kip's my co-host today.
Yeah, well, somebody has to do the hard work because I can't.
Yeah,
do
I mean,
anything.
I'll be honest. I didn't think you were going to wake up. We have 70 people here, and none of them wanted to see you.
That's fair.
All right. So
Where do you
got
put them?
Kip doing all the hard work today.
I am. So I'm gonna squeeze them in there somewhere.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Okay.
So, all right. So, what happened? Oh, right. We have Zechariah Sitchin lying to a medium with 10,000
subscribers.
Subscribers, yeah.
Mm-hmm. 38,000 views.
Yeah.
Wait, her last name isn't Prophet?
Or she's probably Elizabeth Clare, Prophet, interview Zechariah Sitchin.
I thought it was just
That's
a very
my guess.
fortuitous.
Maybe she's just got a very fortuitous last name. That would be kind of cool. Elizabeth.
It does happen. I have a very fortuitous last name.
Oh, very.
Like Rousdower, you
But
know?
if we keep this up, he's just gonna like talk about himself for an inordinate amount of time.
Okay.
So you can't
So,
you can't give
Should
into
I
it.
just
Oh
push play?
fuck. No, because you know what? As what always happens, the weasels stole my attention from the true stars of the show. And Reggie
Weasel cult.
gifted us 10 new cult members.
Uh-huh.
Listen to a lot of people whose
We don't recognize.
name people anymore. I don't know who these people are. I recognize Nara, Michael Bell, James Nordoff, Mercury Wells. I feel like I'm doxing people now.
Right?
Sapphire Odd, Dog. Do I know anybody else? Sabrina the Apothecary. Yeah, well, just Crow don't know. Those people. So that same Michael Bell.
You did.
I love all of you. And Regius, thank you so much. We're gonna start now. And yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
It is what the Sumerians said in the writings, in the text that they've left us. But among the achievements of the Sumerian civilization,
Are you in an airport?
which were really incredible,
It's
anything we can think of.
Yeah, can
The
you pause
first
for a
of
second?
it was in
But
Sumer.
also full screen. And
Oh, right.
yeah, that would be helpful. That
There
is
we go.
awesome. Oh, and can
Am
you?
I
Oh,
loud?
okay. No, I thought I heard like loud, like overhead talking. Maybe it was just the video, or is it you? Do you guys hear what I'm hearing?
I heard it too.
How about just now? Do you hear anything just now?
I'm good now. All right, so
Okay,
here's
there
what I
might
need.
have been. I'm in the lobby because I'm sharing a room with my uncle, so I had to go to a different thing. I'll try and keep
Okay,
muted.
no, it's
but-
definitely you. If you have some kind of background cleaner upper thing, try to look for it. Otherwise, we're gonna have you mute until you actually want to say something important.
When does that happen?
I don't expect to hear from him again.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So here's what I need you to do, Kip. Put it on
Yes.
1.5 speed,
All right.
and also the CC subtitles.
Is this any better?
Yes.
Or
Oh
is this
yeah.
still bad?
No, we couldn't hear you at all. That was awesome. Oh no, now we can hear you in the
Was that
background.
better? Okay.
Oh no, you see where it says CC?
Oh, that's the one that I'm looking
Okay.
for.
Yeah. No, just down,
There we go.
down,
Thank
down.
you.
God damn it. Okay, you can do that too.
I can do that.
Oh, that's you. Yeah, you got it. Way to go.
Sweet. Yes.
Let's go.
All right.
Not just the use of the wheel and other technological innovations of irrigation in agriculture. In high-rise buildings, some of their buildings were 7 stories high, as you know, the biblical tale.
Yeah, we're
of the
talking about
Tower
ancient
of Babel
Sumerians.
that was a skyscraper.
It's
So
skyscrapers.
it was a
The Tower of
Sorry.
Babel was a skyscraper.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Sumerians
Uh-huh.
and the Tower of Babel story.
Yeah, skyscraper.
Okay. I mean, Tower of Babel story is like probably based on a much, much later first millennium,
Much later.
Neo-Babylonian thing. But hey, you know what? Let's not split hairs here. Let's just call it Sumerian.
very high civilization 6,000 years ago. But most amazing, as you wanted me to point out, was their knowledge of astronomy, which was really astronomical. They knew of the solar system.
I hope that wasn't digital.
Their knowledge of astronomy was astronomical.
It was.
That's good.
It was good.
Right?
And their knowledge of geology was groundbreaking. So
as people know or should know, we have found out about the planets beyond Saturn only in the recent, I think Uranus was discovered around 1750, something like that. Neptune about 100 or more years later. Pluto only about 50 years ago. when many of the Sumerian texts were found and first translated, including the astronomical ones, those astronomers who tried to make sense of them didn't even know about Pluto yet. So the Sumerians have known of all the planets we know of, have described them, and have even depicted them pictorially.
Oh, hey,
This is
Dr. Josh.
an
Now,
enlargement
while
of
he's
a
up,
depiction on.
so he's putting this up, and he's saying it's all of the planets, including Pluto.
Yeah, it's the Pleiades. That's one of the, and astronomy is certainly not my, but it's that thing that on the left-hand side of that cylinder seal impression.
Oh, Dr.
Oh.
They want that to be the sun.
Yeah. Can you show
here.
the sun? No, the
Move it
sun.
further.
Oh, on
Do
the
you see
left.
the
Between the
sun
two
and
people.
all the
There.
9 planets?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
here. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Megan could speak to this better than I could, but there are two resources that I could turn you guys onto, or the audience onto. Francesca Rochberg Halton, I think, has done. Megan can correct me on this in the side chat. I think she's done a fair amount of work on this, but there's also some really great, like ancient Near Eastern art, like introductory volumes and encyclopedias that will essentially take 85% of what Zechariah Sitchin says and just neutralize it for you. Because it's like, this iconography is showing the Mu, which is the rocket, or this one is showing the solar system, and anybody that's in the field that does art iconography stuff will be like, no, that's not what that is.
No, I do remember, and again, I've been watching you guys for a while. That you had a sub celebration, and I can't remember what number it was for, but it's like back in the days, I want to say before you even hit 1,000, where Megan was trying to, like, we were begging her, like, please make this make sense. And she was like, I don't think I can.
Is that the one where I dressed up as an Anunnaki?
I can't remember. I remember her say, like, the one part of it I remember her saying is like, he doesn't say where he's getting his information from. So as best as she could ascertain, because Inanna it didn't say what Inanna was in, she must be in a spaceship.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, when you can just kind of look at anything you want and say, oh, well, that looks like it could be this. They're like Egyptian hieroglyphs, I think, that have helicopters in them.
Right.
No, this is like all of
Pseudoscience.
Pseudoscience, all of it. Like, well, it looks like this, or it's not implausible, therefore it happened. So, like,
Yeah, some physicists once mentioned frequency, therefore everything is quantum mechanics.
So
I'm going to share this link in the private chat if I can figure out how to do that. This is where.
So because the sun disk here is surrounded by 9 circles. These are the
they're definitely planets
of our solar system.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
How do I?
I'm sure glad I subscribed to this channel.
You probably are, because you love this shit.
Ever.
No, like I'll be like, Kev, I'm bored. What are you watching? And he'll be like,
The
all right, well, there's
David Falk.
crazy ass misogynist that we ran.
That's the answer all the time, David Falk.
Yeah.
That's only the answer on. That's seriously, it's only on Friday nights.
In case anybody doesn't know, Kip is like which one is a masochist, right? And so,
yes. God, yeah.
God, he's gotten so boring now because all he can talk about anymore are his novels. That's it. He's a novelist now. You understand?
Hey, there was that weekend where he bitched ad nauseum about how you canceled him.
Yes, that was great. It
And
was
he did
30
it for
minutes.
9 hours.
So, yes, more of that, please.
Have we pointed out that Kip has not written a single book?
I did.
She
I
mentioned it
did.
already.
You were
Okay, I
not
just want to make
here.
sure.
Oh.
Yeah, and for all of you who don't know, Dr. Kip Davis has written no books. Unlike
0 books.
Dr. Joshua Bowen, who has written, what
3
do they
that I
call
have.
you? The slave master?
Jesus Christ.
You're
What are
gonna
your
get
books
him
on, Dr.
murdered.
Josh?
Yeah. What do you like to talk about all the time, Josh? Well, I talk a lot about slavery and rape
Two
and genocide.
things.
What do you talk about?
It's slavery and split ergativitas. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, just on the fly. Josh, can you
Ergativitas.
come
That's
on?
it.
Just
Yeah.
come on and hang out with us. We'll just kind of talk about stuff. Oh, hey, it's really great to have you here. Josh, can you walk us through split ergativity in Sumerian? Thanks. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
I don't know what that is.
Neither did I. No, I'm half kidding.
So, shall I continue?
Yes.
Oh, fine.
All right.
On a cylinder seal, and you can see here a depiction of the complete solar system,
There it is.
which sketch-like is this. This is the sketch of what you see there up there. You can see that they knew that the sun
Okay.
and
Wait, is
So-
this the Mormon Book of Abraham?
No, it's a real thing. The Pleiades, right, Josh?
Yeah, and honestly, I've told you more than I understand because I don't know any more specifics about what that.
It's a small open star cluster. It's also called the Seven Sisters in at least one mythology. It's
Well, I think
a
we're
very
talking about different
pretty
things, like
thing.
not. You're talking about the seal, though, right, Dr. Josh?
Yeah, well, just what it's depicting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, yeah, the Pleiades. I think everybody knows about the Pleiades. But
Thanks.
like,
That was a
do you,
nice cheap
do you
shot
know?
there, Maya. I think everybody knows about this, Josh, not you,
No,
but
you
I think
don't. You
everybody
really
else.
don't. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I'll let the weasels continue then, since you don't know about the Pleiades.
It's
Come in.
a pretty
Look,
little star
I do
cluster.
languages, okay? Just leave me alone. I don't look up all that much.
If
There was a
you're,
movie about it. Don't look up.
There was a movie. That's
you
right.
know, if you do anything pseudoscience, you hear about the Pleiades a lot. Apparently, there are advanced white people in one of the planets that surrounds one of the stars there, or multiple planets. It's a system. They have kind of this weird genetics where they evolve. I don't know. Oh God, we were just talking about this. It's like lower beings who then try to take them over. So they had to come here, and they are, the higher. They're actually
Unless
the beings that Hitler was trying to find when he
you're talking to the
invaded
Nation
everything.
of Islam people.
Oh,
'Cause-
right. We'll get to that because that's in here too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
not the Earth as the Greeks 3,000 years after them believed the sun is in the center. They knew of all the planets, and I compare it with our knowledge of the solar system, in their right positions, in their relatively right sizes.
Really? Is that
And they
are-
said,
really?
they knew
Is
they
that
said
are those do those things look the same? I
Exactly right.
don't
And
know.
what's weird is they got the solar system precise, but then the Babylonian map of the world is just a piece of shit.
Just
I have no idea what's going on here on Earth.
Funny that.
there is one more planet, which you can see here, which is missing from our knowledge. And
oh,
they had a tale which was read on a certain night after nightfall as part of the New Year celebrations. Their New Year celebrations lasted like the Jewish ones today, 10 days. And on the last night, a text, a poem, which scholars today call the Epic of Creation, was read and told the
He
people
definitely didn't call it that.
what was known at the time
Yeah,
of how the
is
solar
any of this
system was
accurate?
created,
Because
something
I
that
have
we ourselves
no
are just
fucking
trying
clue.
to find out with all the sophisticated equipment we have today.
So I mean, yeah, go ahead.
No, you go.
So
just
there's
pressing
there's a text called the Enuma Elish, which is the Akkadian "when on high." It's the first two words in the text, in the Akkadian text. But it's the text about Marduk. If you guys saw the whole back and forth between Billy Carson and
Young Wes Huff.
Wes Huff, thank you.
Oh, I did at least, and I know Kip did.
Yeah. That what they discussed this text quite a bit, because Genesis 1 seems to interact excuse me sorry, to greater or lesser degrees with this text. It's a very popular text, obviously. What he's referencing here, the New Year's festival, is called the Akitu Festival, and it was part of that celebration. In that story, you do have mention of this thing that he's going to refer to called Nibiru or Nibiru. It's not a planet that's going to come
It's totally a planet. It's totally a rogue planet.
That's what I mean.
Coming from behind the moon. Yeah.
I think it's Jupiter. Again, the astronomy side of this, I don't.
You know it better than them.
No. We're not asking you to actually tell us what the astronomy side is. He's saying that this is what the Sumerians actually believed. So we're kind of hoping you could speak more to that.
Yeah, sure. Go. I mean, if you want to let him talk about.
Or Kip, is there anything you wanted to say?
Nope. Oh,
gotcha.
I gotta make that bigger. Sorry.
That's what she said.
And the tale is that at the beginning, there were three celestial bodies. The sun, its messenger, for which they had a name, but we call it Mercury, and an ancient female planet, male-female. They call Tiamat, meaning mother of life. Then the other planets were created in pairs, 2 more here and 2 and 2, and so on and so forth.
Is that correct?
Okay, just what? Let me just read. let me just read. Actually, there's a new translation sitting right here.
Oh yeah.
I'll read.
Oh my gosh, I always have to let it be known when this happens. So, Dr. Josh, thank you. You bring all the boys to the yard. We have 80 people here listening to you read.
Oh,
welcome everybody. Hit that like button.
I should have brought my glasses up here. Look, I wanted to look really fancy, so I put my contact in. But that means that I can't take my glasses off to see up close.
All right. You look fancy. Look at you.
Yeah, very
fancy.
Thank you. Yeah. Now I can't read, so I just look like an idiot. This is the beginning of the Enuma Elish. When heaven on high had not been named, and the ground below was not given a name, primeval Apsu, who fathered them, and the creative force Tiamat, who gave birth to them all, were mingling together their waters. They had not yet bound meadows or lined the reed beds. When none of the gods had been brought forth, had not been given names, and had not decreed destinies, then were the gods created with them. Lachmu and Lachamu were brought forth and called by name. When they had grown big, grown tall, Anshar and Kishar were created, greater than them. They lengthened their days, expanded their years. Anu, their firstborn, rivaled his father's. Anshar made Anu his child like him. And Anu gave birth to his likeness in turn, Nudimud, which is another name for Ea or Enki. Nudimud, he was the leader among his fathers. vast in mind, perceptive, massive in strength, much mightier than Anshar, who had fathered his father. Okay, so the text opens with Tiamat and Apsu. Apsu is like the fresh water. Tiamat is the sea, so seawater, and they mingle together to create these other deities. So you get Lachmu, Lachamu as a pair, then you get Anshar, Kishar as a pair, then you get Anu, and then Anu gives birth to Ea, and then Ea ultimately gives birth with Damkina to Marduk, who is the hero of the Enuma Elish. So the whole pairing and the Tiamat female deity, like this is just a mythological text talking about the sea and the fresh water.
Wait, so you're saying that wasn't an extended metaphor describing stellar evolution and planetary creation?
You know what? It's all a journey.
Yeah.
Sure. For $5, Vandalia says Maya as a goddess in the hierarchy, I think, or we'll just say hierarchy. Is your power more or less than the god or goddesses that is the almighty YouTube algorithm? Less, definitely less. I've had to fight for every single one a subscriber. That's for damn sure. As has Dr. Kip Davis, who has written no books. As he keeps telling me every time he bitches, he went on an epic rant last night and lost to, 7 people?
10.
10. Oh, God.
I think I got
the
too
humanity.
bad.
So here's what I need. I need all of you guys right now. If you are not subbed to Dr. Kip Davis, who has written no books, now, do it right now.
If you are subbed, go and do it again.
Don't hit the
Create
button.
another account and go sub to him.
Oh, come on. We all know how this works.
Yeah.
All right,
let's go.
An invader from outer space, a planet from some other solar system. How it escaped that solar system, what catastrophe had thrust it towards our solar system, those texts don't say, and I don't know.
Oh, he
came
doesn't
and
know.
entered our own solar system, and as it was drawn into our solar system, ended up colliding with Tiamat.
So,
with other
Josh,
planets.
Why not?
So these drawings, like he has just copied these straight out of the Sumerian text, right? They come with these nice drawings.
I mean, I would imagine so. I can't imagine anything else being the case.
No.
Oh, yeah. And Dr. Weasel, here's where we have this collision with the, remember, was it 3 weeks ago when we were talking, oh my God, I think it was Billy. Was it Billy? Is it either Billy or Bedell? And he was talking about how something collided with Tiamat, and the moon. Something collided with a moon. Half of it became the Earth, and the other half of it became the entire Milky Way.
Oh yeah,
that was Bedell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not how that works. The Milky Way is several many trillions times larger than the moon or the Earth.
No, but Bedell said.
Oh. Yeah, but
so yeah, we're getting to the part here where we're finally figuring out what the fuck Bedell was talking about. And I'm pretty sure he's conflating Nation of Islam theology with Zechariah Sitchin.
Wow.
And for $5, Dr. Clark Van Gilder says, Sitchin, proving that if you mistranslate ancient Sumerian with enough confidence, people will thank you for uncovering the secrets of the universe.
You know,
these are facts.
It's interesting, and we have actually like a couple of videos about this on our channel, because people wanted us to walk through the 12th planet, and it's really interesting to see, like, that's very generous. The word mistranslate there. That's incredibly generous. I think it's true, but it's still very generous. because the way that Sitchin ended up working with Sumerian is how you would expect someone who doesn't know Sumerian if they saw it and learned like a couple little things about it. And the example that I always give, that I think is clear, and these are the types of things that he did, is if you wanted to say, let me build, or I want to build in Sumerian, you would say gandu. So the word do, or the do part of that, means to build. So if you say gandu, putting a gan in front of it, means let me build. But that's the word gandu. But they would write it syllabically, because that's how cuneiform works. So they'd write the ga sign, the sign that's pronounced ga, then the sign that's pronounced on, and then the do sign, the do 3 sign, to build. That's how they'd write it. Okay. I promise there's a reason I'm telling you that. Sumerian is a language that it's not only, the cuneiform that writes it is not only syllabic, but it can also be logographic, which means it can actually stand, the sign itself can be a word unto itself. And that's how it started, right? The language started like that. So if you drew a picture of a head, which in Sumerian is the word song, that's what that would be. That was just the sign song, which meant head. The sign ga means milk, right? So they want to say milk, say ga. They use the ga sign to write that. The word on means like sky or heaven. You can see where maybe I'm going with this. So ga, on, do. If do means to build, and so if you open up, there's a online Sumerian dictionary called the Electronic Pennsylvania Sumerian Dictionary, and you click and you see like a transliteration of this text or this word. It would say ga, on, do, with dashes in between the three syllables. And then if you just looked up ga, it would say milk. If you looked up on, it would say sky. And if you looked up do 3, it would say to build. And you might say, oh my God, this means to build the milk sky, to create the Milky Way. Oh my God, right?
So, Josh,
that's the sort of stuff. Yeah, it's the sort of stuff that he did.
hear me out.
I love it.
Is it possible?
No,
is it
probably
possible,
not.
Hear me out. Is it possible that Zechariah Sitchin learned Sumerian from John Marco Allegro?
What's more likely? No, what's less likely? Have any of you encountered Yazoo online yet?
Yazoo?
Yazoo. So Yazoo, he reads Hebrew and speaks Hebrew. Now, when you actually talk to him, you might. He might.
Yes.
You might come to the conclusion that he doesn't actually read or speak Hebrew, and then you might ask him about that, and he would say, "No, you read it incorrectly." Oh, okay. So what he does is he takes all the words and breaks them down into their individual letters, because like the word aleph, the letter aleph, was originally like bullhead, right, with like an ox head with horns, right? And the letter bait was actually like a house from the word bait, which means house. And so he breaks each letter down and assigns it its meaning. Now, he doesn't do that with all the words, because then it would just make the sentence stupid. But he does it with the ones that work for him. And then, but it's sort of like that. It's sort of like that, and he's actually unlocked Hebrew in the same way that Sitchin unlocks Sumerian. So.
Very nice.
Oh, and I do want to thank Nick from In Time for coming over. We just got an In Time raid. Thank you, viewers. We are all-time high of 95 active watchers. Dr. Josh, you were here for it. You know what, Dr. Kip, we really did kind of waste this when we only had like 40 viewers. My bad.
Well, my name's Kent Hovind. Call me Dr. T-Rex. I don't get evolution. It's too darn complex. As such, it takes some time to read a book or two, but there ain't no making money learning something new. I was a high school teacher. Science is my game. If you step to me, I'll put you all to shame. Not a doggone thing my PowerPoint can't solve. I got a million sides that never have evolved. Those atheists are living in a hazy fog. They know a dog never could produce an odd dog. Water, otter, Satan on my rhymes. Creationist of G, the first of my kind. Okay, I think the last line,
my friend.
the last line, I think is pretty clever. I mean,
I love it.
Right?
I love it. No, when I first saw it, I said to Kip, I'm like, I can't stop watching it.
I think the whole thing is a masterpiece. An instant classic.
Okay, well, if you like that, then you have to go to our YouTube channel and type in Dr. Josh Gilgamesh rap, right? Because I rap the Epic of Gilgamesh, but I do it really seriously. Right, wow. Because it was meant for middle schoolers to tell them so that they could remember the whole story. So, like, I actually did it kind of seriously. I probably shouldn't go telling on myself like this publicly, but here we are. Here we are.
Hey, oh, you know what? If we actually hit 100 viewers, we're doing this.
We're doing
people
that.
Are like,
oh yeah,
we're sharing the live.
Right. Yeah. As soon as we're gonna do it live here. But in the meantime, let's hit that play button.
Breaking it in two. One half was smashed to bits and pieces and became the comets and the asteroid. But one of the puzzles that our astronomers have no answer for is why the comets orbit in an orbit counter to the one of all the other planets. And the answer is that the invader, whom the Sumerians called Nibiru, the Babylonians named it Marduk, that invader has this clockwise orbit, whereas all the other planets have a counterclockwise. So when it smashed Tiamat to bits and pieces, half of it, it pulled all those bits and pieces, the asteroids, the comets, into the kind of orbit that it had.
So,
on the next
so that everybody
orbit,
kind of understands where this is coming from in the story itself. The climax of the epic is Marduk faces down the sea goddess Tiamat, who's threatening to kill all of the deities, all the other deities. And when he kills her, he has this wind that he blows into her mouth, and it forces her mouth open, and it just fills her stomach and distends her belly. And then he shoots an arrow and bursts her asunder. And then once she's smashes her head and all this stuff. But once she's dead, he cuts her body in two. And half he stretches out, which is actually the earliest, not the Bible. The Enuma Elish is the earliest account of the Big Bang. Stretching. Don't let Heros fool you. The Akkadian text had it first. But stretched her out as the sky, and then took the other half and created the earth. So that's what he's talking about in the story. It says things like opened up her eye sockets and made the Tigris and Euphrates run out of them. So I mean, like, they had a pretty specific idea, set her crotch up as the brace for heaven so that, that's where the dome could rest. Like, they had specific ideas about what her body was doing. I mean, I guess if you just want to make shit up, then you can do that. But I mean, like,
telling somebody that you're going to make their eye sockets turn into the Tigris and Euphrates, it sounds like a hardcore threat. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, I'm going to beat you so bad, you're going to cry a river. Like,
two rivers.
Or it could be really seductive, because if you do it the other way, because, another tradition of how we got the Tigris and Euphrates is, Enki digs his penis into the ground and ejaculates, and that's how we get the Tigris and Euphrates. So, because the Sumerian word for water is also the word for semen.
I'll just say that's just weird.
I mean, a little bit.
Should we really be trusting the deities that are doing this. Should we?
You know what's great though is I could just be making all this shit up, right?
Yeah.
You guys could be sitting here just
That's
like
all
Mr.
of it,
Prophet.
dude.
Dude, that's the best thing about this show. Y'all believe I'm an actual physicist. It's wild.
No, I have
I've seen
footage
your
of
lab coat and
you
everything.
freaking out on a Flurf who said that the Van de Graaff generator was used to...
He used it to disprove gravity. Oh
yes,
my god.
yes. Oh my, and you flipped your shit.
I
doxed yourself.
I did. I was like, that was the moment when I was like, okay, well, looks like I'm going to be doxxed on YouTube forever now. Yeah.
It was great.
It thrust Earth to a new orbit. And Earth is really, according to the Sumerian tales, the unbroken half of Tiamat. This answers again many puzzles. For example, why on our planet all the continents begin on one side? You know, the Platonic theory that the plates are spreading. But originally they were all on one side.
Well,
on the other side, as we
wait a
know,
minute.
still to this day.
Wait a minute. I don't know anything about
That's true.
plate tectonics. And I've written no books. But I'm fairly sure that there have been multiple events, haven't there?
Yeah.
Someone in the chat.
Yeah, there have been multiple supercontinents. The most recent one was Pangea, but there have been others before. And it's sort of like, I mean, it's a little fuzzy on what you call a supercontinent, because there were always like little bits and pieces that weren't there, but yeah, it's also not called the Platonic theory. It's the theory of plate tectonics. Platonic theory has to do with like Plato and philosophy and stuff. And not geology or geophysics.
But by the way, Vishanti's here, and she
well, Skylar Fiction wants everyone.
Oh
to know
my
that
God,
Josh
Skylar
is
Fiction,
so vulgar, so vulgar.
What's up, Skylar?
Wow.
And Vishanti wants to know, who are these posers pretending to be experts in Sumerian? Frauds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Vish wasn't on my stream last night.
She was not.
I probably could have used some restraint.
Vish, we could have used you in a couple of places last night. God, it was kind of bad. I do want to thank Mark Reed for renewing his cultship for 13 months. I can't find you because, Evie Mux is weird.
Fucking YouTube. Right. Yes.
Continue to enjoy your technical weasels, your nitties and vaginas. Yes, Dr. Josh, we have vaginas. $6.66. My Unfinished Journey says, Hail Nero, Hail Goddess Maya, and Doctors Josh's and Kill. And Hail Zach Sitchin, and use the equivalent of Strong's coordinates to pretend he knew Sumerian.
Oh, that's
Hashtag great. Fuck the weasels.
Oh, man. That's amazing. Very well said.
Yeah, and if anybody knows Dr. Josh, you know how much he loves Strong's concordance.
It is the premier academic resource.
Got him through his BS at Liberty University.
And speaking of co-hosts, Nitty's in the chat.
Oh yeah, good to see you, Nitty. All right.
There was this huge cavity, which is to this day still the Pacific Basin covered with water. In the process, Earth, this half, pulled with it the chief satellite of Tiamat, which they called Kingu, which we call the moon.
Wait, what?
So the moon is a remainder.
He said that Tiamat is called Kingu?
No,
is that...
the chief satellite, I think is what he said.
Oh, okay. The chief satellite
the moon used
of
to be
Tiamat
around Tiamat. And Tiamat's supposed to be Venus, right? In this fever dream.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I just see a bunch of circles on the page. That's all I see.
Oh, so I did miss. Oh my God. I think Lieutenant Jedi, who has been a member for 17 months. Thank you. Please continue to enjoy your tapioca weasels, your nitties and vaginas. And also $2 from Two Guys Talking History, friend of the show. Friends. Well, half of them are friend of the show. Gloria to Maya, the Weasel, and the Magnets. Thank you.
I hate you.
I'm out of wine. I will be right back.
Maggots are evil.
Unbroken remainder of Tiamat pulled to a new orbit with the unbroken half, which became the Earth. This was their cosmogony, which they read and repeated, and was like their declaration of faith once a year as part of the New Year celebrations. They said, what happened to the invader, to Marduk itself? They said it got caught in a vast elliptical, almost comet-like orbit, returning to our vicinity once every 3,600 years.
Okay.
How would they know?
Now the question.
Oh, come on. Look, what a silly question. I mean, they have the utmost precision of the Sumerian king list, right? Like they know what's going on in the past.
That's true.
And it's just, based on my experience with the Sumerian king list, everything rounds to the nearest 100 years 100% of the time perfectly.
How dare you? Okay? How dare you?
Question is, how did they know of this? This was the puzzle that I faced when I found out that this was their extraordinary, amazing knowledge. How did they know?
That's the puzzle that I faced when I was trying to put together a book that would make me a lot of money. How can I say this in a way that will get people interested? Go ahead. Sorry.
What's the name of Sitchin's book?
Well, he's got a bunch, unlike you.
Oh.
But this one that he's probably most popular is the 12th Planet. Yeah, the 12th Planet. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it's on my shelf.
What?
I feel like
Who did that to you?
Huh?
Who did that to you?
I had to buy it, so that I could review it. I can't believe I said those words out loud just now.
You had to buy it?
It's called piracy.
Seriously?
Listen, I can't even fathom a scenario where I would do anything ever like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you.
we were called, as an aside, my friend Caleb Howard and I, when we were at Hopkins, we were called part of the PDF mafia. So I don't know if that.
Ouch. I mean, I guess it probably meant something different back then.
Completely unrelated. Hopkins provided these amazing scanners, high-powered USB ports, and you could really, if one were inclined, could probably scan a book in 10, 15 minutes. I mean,
yeah. See, I went to school in the UK where we had stone buildings and wooden shelves and candlelight to read our shit by. So fuck you, man.
Went to school in 1412.
Yeah.
How did they know about this planet Marduk that orbits so far out that certainly cannot be seen?
What is
how did they know, for example?
What is the planet Marduk? Does anybody know about the planet Marduk?
Everybody. God, it's right there in the text. I mean, sure, it calls him a god, but I mean, I think we all know the planet.
If they're trying to say that there is a planet that has an orbit of 3,600 years, I don't know of any off the top of my head. The only one that maybe would be the dwarf planet Sedna, but I don't know. But there's zero chance, absolutely zero chance they would have known about it back then. It also doesn't get that close. And it was discovered like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah, but see, you're saying that from your presuppositions that the Sumerians didn't get their information from the aliens that came and seeded the planet with them. So
The answer is always aliens. And actually, Sedna takes 11,000 years, so that's even longer.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Wow.
Professor Parks in the chat, but even when I Googled it, Zechariah Sitchin came up. So, I mean, like, and it's not even giving me alternatives. It's just like lack of scientific evidence came up. But yeah, for $5, Stardust Lilith says treats for Dagon, Josh's beard, magnetic weasels, and the goddess.
He's not here.
Where is Dagon?
He is. I assume he's downstairs with other people. So
he may have fallen over and his hands fell off. It just depends.
It's probably outside killing a tree,
destroying trees. Yes, we as you can imagine, we have none in our on our property. So, but
I would imagine.
Yes. Thank you, Stardust Lilith, or Lil. She told me I could call her Lil. Thanks, Lil.
Planet that what Earth was called the seventh planet. Now we all know that Earth is the third planet because from the Sun we say there's Mercury, Venus, and Earth. Now, if, however, you count from the outside in, if somebody who devised the system of numbering began with Pluto and said Pluto is number 1, and Neptune is 2, Uranus is 3, Saturn is 4, Jupiter is 5, Mars is 6, Earth is the 7th planet. So all this evidence coming together led to the question which the Sumerians themselves have answered. And they said those...
It doesn't even work because it would depend on when you're counting, because if you were counting Pluto as a planet, Pluto's orbit actually spends a good chunk of its time closer to the sun than Neptune is. So if you counted it during that time, then the order would all get flipped around. So it doesn't even make sense.
Just hyper skepticism.
Too skeptical. Yes.
Who had come from that planet, they told us all that. So if you say there's no such planet, and the question is there or isn't, and we can go into that too. If you say there's no such planet, so how come the Sumerians knew all that about all the other planets of which we do know? If there is such a planet, they say we know about it because those who came from it told us. So it's like a hermetically sealed circle.
Those who came from it, from the planet.
That'll preach.
But it's in our solar system, I think, at least, right? So that's.
I mean,
Pluto.
Whatever the fuck he's talking. Is
like Nibiru,
Nibiru or Marduk.
Yeah. Okay. Ostensibly, Nibiru is in the sun's gravitational field, so I don't know
Nibiru
if it's cloud object or if it will be closer than that. I don't know how to gauge what a 3,600 year orbit would be, but
I think that'd be a Kuiper belt object.
Okay,
that's what I was thinking.
Me too.
A hyper belt.
The hyper belt.
Kuiper belt.
It would have to be further than that.
I've heard it both ways.
The Kuiper belt's pretty big. It extends.
Okay, fair enough.
It's hyperbelt in Sumerian.
Yes. What'd you think I was saying?
Astronomers.
If you accept the circle here, you must complete it. About 2 years after.
Oh, there's people watching.
The 12th planet was
there's like a whole group of people
at the
there.
U.S. Naval Observatory in Washington have concluded that Pluto has a satellite, a small moon. Now that sounds like an insignificant discovery, so what? But that meant to them that Pluto alone could not account for disturbances, for perturbations as they call it, in the orbits of the 2 planets neighboring it, Neptune and Uranus. And then they postulated that the only way this could be explained is that there must be one more celestial body beyond Pluto. They called it Planet X. Planet X meaning 2 things, the mystery planet, the one we don't know about, and also the Roman X10, the 10th planet. Because if you don't count the sun and the moon in the number of celestial bodies, then there are only 9 planets, of which we know, plus planet X, plus the 10th one. The Sumerians, for reasons which they explained, the sun, as they showed in their Epic of Creation, was the first member of the solar system, the central one. The moon, they said, is a celestial body in its own right.
Where did they show
just
that?
Before that celestial collision, it was.
Sorry. Where in the Enuma Elish is he arguing that they showed the sun as the central planet?
It's the part they pulled right out of their ass.
Oh,
that
right.
part.
Yeah.
Got it.
The ass chapter.
So this looks like the 70s, 1980s, I think, right? Probably early 1980s.
I have that tie though.
So yes, I'm right. The early 1980s. Thank you for confirming that, Josh.
You're welcome.
Yes. But like, do we know things?
No.
About I know you don't know a lot beyond.
He knows enough to have
slavery
written some books.
And Sumerian.
I'm so sorry.
Fuck you guys, seriously.
Oh shit. He's gonna make like his bestseller rating. He's gonna shove it down our throats when his book comes out. Just let you know.
But we know things about this planet X now, don't we? Or
so
the non-existence or the existence of.
Yeah. So the idea of there being a planet
that he
X
didn't know
is one that has had like some amount of legs and stuff, but it does not have the amount of legs that like we knew before we found Neptune. We knew that there like something like Neptune had to be roughly where Neptune is, and then we looked, and when we got good enough telescopes, we found it. There are like if you look at the data, some professional astronomers, I think, do believe that there is evidence from perturbations on the orbits of the outer planets for something like Planet X, but I think it's kind of becoming a less and less popular opinion because the effect is very slight, and we found a bunch of dwarf planets and stuff, and so a single large planet like probably isn't out there unless it's really dark. But there have been papers over the last 10 or 15 years that have made headlines and stuff where some people are like, oh well, we think with 99.5% confidence that there is a planet, and then other people are like, I see what you're saying, but no, you're not looking at the data like quite properly. So it's not total BS, but it's not something
like
where we're like
sniper belt or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But by the way, thank you, Prixie Purple. That's
what did
nice.
she do?
So
process of separating and becoming a planet.
Aww.
But the celestial collision prevented it, and it was thrust to a new orbit together with the Earth, our Earth, and became our satellite. To show how much they knew, Elizabeth, is that they depict, and I don't want to go back to the previous depiction, they show Pluto, not where it is today, because they say that Pluto started as a satellite of Saturn, but was thrust to its new present orbit by the invader on its continuing orbits. Our astronomers today surmise that Pluto began as a satellite of another planet. So even what we are finding out in that respect today, the Sumerians or their teachers had known already thousands and thousands of years ago.
So what is the next step for our astronomers to find out today? They're on the brink of the awareness of
Well,
it.
the next step has been taken because NASA had agreed with the astronomers at the U.S. Naval Observatory that there is one more celestial body beyond Pluto. NASA has been searching for it. NASA, about
there's a lot more than one.
4 years ago, directed the 2 Pioneer spacecraft that have gone beyond Jupiter and Saturn and into outer space, has directed them to separate so that they would measure in about a year or 2 at the most. They would measure the gravity.
You okay, Josh?
It's just funny. I've stopped listening to him, but I just
Megan's right. I shouldn't show him the chat. Vashani's in chaos mode, so you better check your DMs.
I do. Yes.
Okay,
I will make sure to do that.
Gravitational pull on them. And if both of them detect the same gravitational pull, it means that the pull comes from a very far out celestial object, which could be another sun or whatever in another solar system. But if one of them is subjected to a greater pull than the other, that means that it is nearing a celestial body, which then must be a planet, because the only way it could be there is if it orbits our sun. So NASA has done that about 3.5 years ago. Last year, NASA launched IRAS, which stands for Infrared Astronomical Station. It's a satellite that could detect celestial bodies which are very dim, could not be seen with normal telescopes, but could be seen through infrared light if they reflect some of it. And that IRAS has seen a celestial body about 4 times the size of Earth moving towards Earth, because on the 2 solutions that 1
can
year,
we
6
maybe
months,
stop here?
Wait.
Nope.
It sounds like there's some actual bad science happening right
there
now.
is nothing remotely that size.
4 times the size of Earth.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
It actually has a big T on it for Tiamat. You can see it. You gotta look carefully, but it's there.
But Josh, is this possibly an example of split ergativity in the Sumerian text?
I think it may be. May be. You should ask me to talk about it off the cuff in front of a live audience.
So the entire Kuiper belt, I think the entire thing would maybe be like 4 times the mass of Earth. It's not particularly massive, if I'm getting my numbers correct.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know. The only thing I know is that it's like smaller than. It wouldn't be like a gas giant if.
Yeah, because according to Wikipedia,
so this video came out in 1986. So
yeah,
we've
learned a lot since then,
right?
like an enormous amount.
This wouldn't be like new news today.
Yeah, no. If there was if a telescope in 1986 had detected a body 4 times the size of Earth, and if it depends, like 4 times the size and 4 times the mass are 2 very different things, because 4 times the size is way bigger than 4 times the mass. If you're talking about like radius, that would be like 64 times the mass, if it's the same density. It would, I mean, it would probably qualify as a planet, although there are other things about clearing out your orbit and stuff that, people argue about. That's why Pluto got demoted, because it can't clear out its orbit. But this is not a thing. This is not a thing.
For $5, Jester says, sorry, I heard that Kip doesn't publish because there's only one book that he truly loves.
I was talking about that shirt today in my TikTok stream.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yep.
I'm going to have to go back and watch. I couldn't watch it today. No? Are they not things that you can go back and watch?
No. I really wanted...
What is that about?
I really wanted to, take the video from yesterday and get a shot of Dr. Josh beatboxing to the end of the stream. That was fire. Could we possibly get it today?
It needs a solo layout, I think, doesn't
it? Yeah. That's
Is that it? Right. Hey, you heard it here, folks. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, holy shit. I love you. You be bringing all the boys to the yard. I'm telling you. So, dropping dimes in the chat is hung for sure. And a study published 6.2 in Nature Astro shows Pluto's unique atmosphere suggests I can't talk today, suggesting similar dynamics may be at play on other hazy solar system worlds and offer clues about Earth's early climate.
Cool.
Vandy?
I would not think that would surprise me. It depends on what they mean. But Pluto is very cold. It's also much smaller. Its atmosphere, like sometimes the whole thing like freezes, and then
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't
has a
have an
summer and a
atmosphere.
it has a summer and a
Yeah,
winter, right?
yeah, and like its distance from the sun changes much more dramatically than the Earth's
Oh
because
yeah,
it's got
it's
a
very
much more
elliptical. Yeah.
elliptical. Yeah. Um, but its atmosphere like Venus and Mars have atmospheres that are way, way, way more Earth-like, and they are not remotely Earth-like atmospheres at all. Um, Something like Triton, one of the moons of Saturn, I think, would be closer, but there really isn't anything that has an atmosphere like Earth. Part of the reason for that is that the atmosphere of Earth has been is fundamentally intertwined with the fact that there's life on Earth, photosynthetic life. So
Oh right, yeah. Earth is a
yeah,
whole
it's a whole different.
ecosystem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Does it have anything also to do with like the dome?
I love you, Dr. Josh.
I love you too.
I had to tell somebody this week, much to my chagrin. She was like, "Yeah, Dr. Bowen, could you just? I just need some ammunition because like I've got these people telling me that like Genesis is describing like a flat Earth and a dome, and I mean like it's so silly this idea. But can you like help me from the Hebrew?"
Yes. Did you say yes? Yes, I can help. Absolutely.
Well,
Technically.
Did you just turn out a new flat earther, Dr. Josh?
No.
you know,
We set them up. You guys knock them down.
it's really frightening that has to be a question, right? Because you wouldn't expect it, but given the past 4 years, I've had enough people say, "Huh." Well, I mean,
if
maybe
it's in the Bible,
slavery
it must be
isn't so
good.
bad.
Exactly. Oh my God.
If it's in the Bible, I guess it can't be immoral. Maybe we should start doing that again.
Those people.
Yes.
The play
Why are they
buttons.
like this?
6 months time difference between the two photographs. It was seen to be moving. It shifted position and moved towards Earth. Now, after the initial leak about it, suddenly there was a total denial of the whole thing. And when you contacted NASA or the people who have analyzed that, they said, we don't know what you're talking about because, but it was reported in the Washington Post and in other, there was a leak which they tried to plug. Now, this is another aspect altogether of why there seems to be a fear of acknowledging the possibility that we are not alone in our solar system. I don't have the answer for that, but it keeps puzzling me.
You don't have the fear.
A fear.
We have all these other planets already. Like the cat is out of the bag on that one. Okay. It's very clear that we are not the only planet in the solar system. Wow.
Titan wants to know if his ass is cold.
I mean,
moving on.
Yeah.
Fear. I don't have the fear.
No, I don't.
But do you believe that this is what they saw is the 12th planet?
What I call the 12th planet, what they call Planet X,
You're convinced they're one and the
Isn't it
same.
the 10th
Well,
planet?
I would really be amazed if there are two unknown bodies. Amazed for two reasons. It would be a tremendous coincidence. And secondly, I believe so much in that the Sumerians knew what they were talking about. And if they said one more, I take their word for it.
So can you give us an estimate at the expected time of arrival of this 12th planet?
Arrival where?
Well, it's not...
during the
not
Johnson
an easy question
administration,
to answer,
so...
Well, he believes that the 12th planet comes around like every 3,600 years,
Yeah.
I mean,
and
we
that
gotta get
coincides
close.
with like all these catastrophic things that have happened on Earth every 3,600 years.
3,600 years.
Clockwork.
Yeah, so that's what we in the industry call bullshit.
So when was its last?
He'll probably tell us.
Oh, okay.
I would imagine.
Well,
I'm interested to hear about the collection of catastrophes.
Yes.
Oh, it was the flood, wasn't it? It was the
You're
flood.
asking for way too
Oh
much
my
information. We don't do facts here. We just say, hey, that looks like, and you know.
I mean, I don't know why you guys are all up in arms about, like denying the worldwide flood. We have seashells, right, that are like on top of
mountains.
There's a fucking expedition with like ground penetrating radar and shit up on Mount Ararat as we speak.
Yeah, and they found Utanapishtim's Ark, so...
Yes, they did.
And a 24-hour sun does not disprove a flat Earth.
Oh,
And
sorry, Josh. Because I've been watching a lot of Billy Carson recently. I learned that the correct pronunciation of that is Zeus Sudra. So.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Billy would know.
Oh, yeah. Wait, Josh was supposed to be in on that Billy thing too, right?
Probably. Well, no, because Dapper Dinosaur scared him away. So, that was the Saturday. But yes, Josh is in the same thread of DMs with Billy Carson that I'm in. So yeah,
is Billy not talking to you either?
No, he's not talking to you anymore, is he?
I don't know. I haven't looked. I'm terrible about group chats. Let me just tell you, I'm in one. Well, I'm in several, and Kip, yours is about the only one that I ever checked.
Which group chat are we in together?
Which famous grift or infamous grifter are we talking about? I have so many in my Rolodex. God.
Well, I don't remember now. So, and I may. I just want to make sure. But so Zia Sudra is his Sumerian name.
Yeah,
that's the okay.
Yes.
I'll just have to ask you later about what that meant.
No. It's so the fucking selfish dinosaur is reviewing a Billy Carson video on Saturdays right now. So and he's quite determined that this is the right name.
Oh,
it's
gotcha.
It's not Atrahasis. It's not Utnapishtim. It's not Noah. It's Zeus. It's
just because it's
it.
Just
because
Billy says right. So.
Mm-hmm.
And evolution's not a thing.
I have to get very technical in trying to answer it. I will try to answer it in my next book because the 3 books are part of a 4-book concept under the overall umbrella title, The Earth Chronicles. It's not easy to answer because
that's like the Chronicles of Riddick, right?
Wait,
your Earth Chronicles. That's
shouldn't it be easy to answer? I mean, look, I am very, very bad at math. Okay, let no one be deceived. But even I can count by 3,600. I mean, so we just know when the last one was.
Carry the 2. Yeah, but he doesn't, because if he has to give a number, then
that'll just ruin the grift.
That's a commitment, right?
Yeah, that's the problem with all the people who predict the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And
can't do that.
Like on it, and then they're left holding the bag. Well, they're not. I mean.
All right. Look, I got to tell this quick story because for some reason I think it fits so well. I used to, when I was in seminary, I was in charge because of my vast military background. I was put in charge of the security at the seminary campus. It was just outside of DC, and so I would do we'd do these patrols at night. So I was the security director. And I had a guy who was a college student there at Washington Bible College. And, not the most reliable person as a security guard. And so I worked night shift. And so he was on night shift with me. What you would do is you'd do a patrol around the campus. And it took about 55 minutes to walk it, right? So about once an hour, you just swap and then you'd swap. So he left about 11 o'clock, the shift started, to do the first round, and didn't come back. And so, I start calling him on the radio, no answer. So, after like an hour and a half, I start walking around the campus looking for him. Finally, about 3:30, he shows up. And I said, Tim, where you been, man? Oh, you wouldn't believe it. That's true, but tell me anyway. I was walking down by the, there was this path, and I was walking down it, and all of a sudden, I heard a noise, and there was a big deer, and then I looked, and there were deer encircling me. And then one of them came up and headbutted me. And I fell over into the mud and got really dirty. So I had to go back to my room and change.
Was he a Disney character?
And so this is everybody sitting here going, why the fuck are you telling us this story? The campus of Washington Bible College, Capital Bible Seminary, I mean, you could walk it, checking all the doors in all the buildings and get it done in an hour.
Oh, wow.
Not that big, right? So I said, Tim, where were you? He said, oh, it's hard to explain. Hey, Zach, when's Planet gonna come by again? Oh, it's hard to explain.
Did you give him a map and say, give it a shot?
Well, it could be there where we can see one end of the campus, or it could be there we can see the other end. Anyway, sorry.
The planet, contrary to what many who may have even read my books or many believe, does not just appear here like a comet, that we can see it for one night or for 1 month and that's it. When it was seen, and there are even pictorial depictions of it by the Sumerians, it is depicted as a radiating planet that radiates its own heat and its own halo. Its symbol, by the way.
Do planets radiate their own heat?
A little bit. But not like the sun does, but a little bit. All objects will radiate some stuff because of black body radiation. Yeah. But not in the way that he probably means it. They're not like radiant sort. The reason we can see them is not because of their own heat. It's because of reflected light from the sun, for sure. So.
Wow. But not this one. This one's totally
fictional. Yeah. But apparently we have pictorial, descriptions of it.
Yeah, I'm Sumerians. You've been holding out on me, Josh.
I know, right? Trying to keep under. NASA's paying me, so.
it feels like you've got a new bow tie just about every time I see you. So I can see that.
It was the cross. So the cross is not a symbol that began in the time of Christ. It goes back at least 6,000 years. And
the cross, those two lines that intersect. It's it wasn't invented, everyone. It wasn't invented in the year 1. Josh.
At the cross where I first saw the light.
The light. I think the stream is done, isn't it? That's it.
No, we have 30 minutes.
Oh.
Shut up, Kip. People are gonna leave.
But that's wow.
I'm telling you, that's the proof right there.
I'm just saying.
Does everybody know that hymn? Sorry, I just want to make sure. At the cross
no.
where I first saw the light. Oh my God. And you guys were real Christians. Miss me with that shit. So at the cross where I first saw the light, and the burden of my heart rolled away.
It was there.
Even when I was a Christian, I wasn't a good Christian.
Yeah.
Like I just wasn't.
Listen. You don't get to be a biblical scholar.
That's right.
Unless at one point in time in your life you were like the fucking shit of Christians. It's just how
fucking shit.
That's probably why I'm not a biblical scholar.
Yeah,
so.
I probably.
In case you couldn't tell.
Sorry, I was trying to upload something, but it's not letting me. I'm gonna do a palette cleanser. I think you'll like it, Cope.
Oh, good.
We'll see. Oh, wait a minute. Is it gonna let me? Oh, whoops.
I mean, it just keeps trying.
Why are we all laughing?
Because my dog's a fucking idiot. That's why. So
I wasn't trying to add it to that scene. Oh, I don't think Dr.
No.
Hold up.
You didn't see it? Okay.
I still didn't see it.
Really?
I just saw a gray screen. Sorry.
Oh no.
No. Really? Okay, one more time.
How do you not
Yeah.
see it?
The chat's it.
I'm sorry.
You gotta go. You gotta have the YouTube open in a side tab. And
Oh yeah, I
there
can
you
do
go.
that. I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, the chat saw it. So I'm just
Did the chat
like,
see?
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. I'm gonna look.
but I don't know why Josh can't see it. It's so funny to me.
I mean I saw what it was, but then I what is that?
It's a beaver.
What?
It's just a really skinny beaver.
Is that your dog?
That's my dog, yes.
That's brilliant. Takes after his dad.
That's,
I can see you doing that, Kip.
oh, fuck off.
God.
Okay.
They saw it. There are texts that describe its progress in the skies as from the point that it could be seen until it disappeared. And that, as far as I can guess at the moment, may have lasted hundreds of years.
As much as I can make up right now.
That the visits or the landings or the comings and goings by the Nephilim, if we have to call them by their biblical names.
Oh my God.
Okay.
They're everywhere.
Could have landed at
They're
the
everywhere.
Ghost.
I love how anything that sounds like even more weird than the surrounding mythology is just they're all Nephilim, right? Look, we have them here. We have these weirdos in Genesis 6 that are Nephilim, so they must be the same as like the Anunnaki, I suppose. I guess that must be what they are. And Jesus Christ, the giants over here, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's anybody that's slightly more out of the ordinary in the mythology. It's all the same group of people.
Space mechanics and space travel and other considerations on which I spent some time and got some help from people more expert on that than me.
Okay.
They could have landed on
Impossible.
Earth before the planet
Impossible.
was
An
I
expert
wonder
in
who
everything.
that
one way
was.
of space travel. They could have landed
Yeah, I'm sure
after it was
Samuel Noah
observed.
Kramer sat
Whichever
down with
way,
him
they
and
had
was
to
like,
take
yeah,
up
let me
with
walk you
one
through the
thing.
Sumerian here.
So when is it coming back is really not a precise question.
It's a very
It's your
precise
question
question.
was wrong.
It is a very precise question, okay? Orbital dynamics is very precise science.
I mean, like, if anything is just like clockwork.
Yes, like literally, like it was the best timekeeping technology for
Like all of time until like 200 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that's so dumb.
I do like this next thing that he says here, because he's kind of given the game away, hasn't he? It's maybe a theological question, which is just another way of saying this is bullshit that I am just pulling out of my ass to match up with my own pet ideas about whatever the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm using these ancient texts to do that.
Yep.
Because that's what theology is. That's what it's doing.
This is why I am so excited about writing Is Marduk a Moral Monster?
Oh my god,
Because
yes.
Wow.
because like I get to do all these apologetics, all these fucking apologetic bullshit shit for Marduk, right? Be like, oh, slavery. Listen, slavery and the laws of Hammurabi. I mean, yeah, it's more like indentured servitude, okay? And look, in
They
the
had laws
Bible,
about the oppressed and the
yeah.
widows and the poor people.
And Kip, you and I both know that in the Bible they can keep them for 6 years.
6 years.
But in 6 years. But in Hammurabi, they had to free him after 3 years. And so really what it was
Progressive
is
revelation, right?
yeah, Marduk is looking into the future, right? And is saying, look, it's going to get worse, but I'm setting a precedent now so that when it gets worse, you'll have something to look back to, right? So it's going to be great, folks. It's going to be great.
For real, you are writing that book. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a folder in my OneDrive.
I am here for it.
Materials.
No, yeah, the chat's pretty excited about that too. I feel it.
Maybe a moral question, maybe a question that can affect our lives, our behavior, it should, but it's not one that's easy to answer. And hopefully when I write the fourth book, I'll be your guest again and we can go into that.
By all means. Now, it could
Gotta keep
then be
writing those
observable
books.
for as much as 600 years before it would have any consequence.
Somebody has to.
Now, are we leading to the point that in those days just before the flood of Noah, which you have said was triggered by the passage or the crossing of
That
the flood, in
was
those days, the president
brilliant. Brilliant. Redemptive hermeneutic. Oh, shit.
Sorry.
Sorry.
We're going to pay attention to this video one day.
presence of Nephilim would indicate that they came in advance of the arrival of the planet.
Oh yes, according to the Sumerian sources, and that's part of it. You see, each of my books can be read independently because there's enough information or enough of a basis in each one of them.
But certainly buy the box set.
Each one of them looks at the story of what happened on Earth from a different viewpoint. The first one dealt mostly with the need, which I felt, the need to produce the evidence of what the Sumerians knew and the conclusion that there is one more planet from which others had come to Earth. The second book, The Stairway to Heaven, dealt with the same story but closer and closer to our times, to what some would even call historical times, because it deals with the adventures of a Sumerian king called Gilgamesh, of whom we know exactly when he lived, when he reigned, at about 2700 BC, where he reigned, and Egyptian pharaohs who also went in search of immortality like Gilgamesh in afterlife. And that book therefore continues the story, but from the viewpoint of why did men search then, and still searches, for immortality? Why did people believe in antiquity that if they could join the so-called gods, if they could be taken aloft like Enoch was, or like the prophet Elijah, why would they then escape mortals' fate to die?
Wait,
the third
Dr.
book
It has to be because of
that's the
aliens.
story.
Wait, Dr. Josh, didn't you talk about that once?
How does it become immortal?
No, about I thought that was you. Sorry. About like their obsession with immortality.
Oh, I mean, I have talked about that. I don't know if it's the thing you're thinking of.
Yeah, no, nor do I. I've watched I say a lot of scholars. It's probably like 5 of you that I watch consistently, but I want to say that you're the one who was talking about this at some point. So, again, like you said, Oliver was 6, and I'm like, oh my god! I remember watching videos of Megan when she was like breastfeeding him, and he could like barely walk. So I'm like,
there's a YouTube video when he says his first word because he said his
Yeah.
first word live
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Right?
He says, "Hi." My face. Oh my god.
No, and it was insane. Like we were all freaking out. But what do you call it? So I think I'm pretty sure it was you, but I mean, could you kind of like now you got me thinking about that, and I'm like totally forgetting about what he just said. But like, he's talking about Gilgamesh and like this, like why people were focused on I don't know, something about immortality. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, so there's certainly a tradition where, I mean, if you start off believing that, these this thing like the sun up in the sky or these stars or the moon, these are things that outlive anybody else that you're looking around and see and pass it away. So it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if that's why they started developing an idea that when the sun never dies and it's a god, so gods don't die. I mean that makes sense. But I mean certainly there's a tradition in however they developed it in Mesopotamian texts, obviously in the Hebrew Bible, where you have, and Kip and I have talked about this on a number of occasions, where you have people that obviously go in search of attempting to find that immortality. The Gilgamesh epic is like the sort of one of the quintessential pieces of literature that talks about that. But you also have texts like Adapa and the South Wind, where Adapa is there's this trope, I guess, of this very close missed opportunity at immortality. And so in Adapa and the South Wind, he does this thing that gets him in trouble with On, the sky god, and he gets up there and he misses out on eating and drinking the bread and water of life. And in so doing, it's like this missed opportunity at having eternal life. And the same is true with Gilgamesh. And of course, you see it in the Garden of Eden story. So, yeah, I mean, this is something that, I mean, as far back as I can tell, in the literature, people have been doing, trying to figure out how to gain their immortality. Of course, and I'll shut up after this, but the way that the Mesopotamians, the way that the people that put these texts together sort of landed is to have immortality is to have one's name continue on, to have it be spoken. And that's really the sort of the climax there of the Gilgamesh epic, is that he continues to live on as we continue to mention his name.
I think Dr. Kip was talking about that last time you were on. Yeah, I think it was the last time you were on. It was from a different perspective, though, like how the gods are liars.
Right.
But yeah, that's.
I mean, if I'd ever written a book, I would have written a chapter about that, and it would have been chapter 8. So,
Well, Kip, I think you were saying you also talk about this on your OnlyFans. So,
my OnlyFans, which is criminally unsubscribed.
Dr. Tapioca Weasel has an OnlyFans. Or Only Weasels.
Yes. Physics is hard.
Oh my God. And I don't think Dr. Josh, you haven't seen this, have you?
Oh boy.
He's never been here. He's seen nothing.
He's never been here. Oh, that's
these two just off in their own world, jacking each other off.
I knew what I was signing up for when the chat said bring on Leo.
Yeah, so Leo, you and I should start an OnlyFans, is what I'm saying.
Only physics.
That works.
Observer
I think we'd actually probably make, like, just teaching physics, naked and erect in front of a camera, not touching each other, just full buck ass naked, fully stiff,
Bucket naked,
going over incline
in the nude.
Someone
help me.
Dude, like, actually though, that could be hilarious.
I actually think we'd probably make some money.
Okay. Mine's literally going to like
Wait, help me. I don't know how I got here.
Like the old Greeks.
Is there a door or a black hole? For fuck's sake.
MIT doesn't give their lectures in black hole thermodynamics, completely naked and fully erect. We do things differently here. At only physics.
The world will be self-supervised.
Stimulating your mind.
I'm going to need to like upgrade to vodka because like this wine is just not hitting it.
Andrew's reading your mind there, Maya. It's like, please, Rogue Black Hole 2024. That's what I'm voting for.
Rogue Black Hole, asteroid, impending lightning bolt. I'll take anything.
We have changed the name to from Only Physics to Physics is Hard, though. Yeah.
Also, okay. Yeah, I had it right.
Yeah.
Physics is hard, y'all.
Physics is hard.
Dr. Josh is like, why am I here?
How did I get? Like,
oh my God! No wonder I'm always asleep by 9:00 p.m.
For $5, Jester says, "Wait, the world is going to end July 15th, 1990. Did none of you get the memo? I asked you to send out the cold invitations 3 weeks ago. Damn weasels."
Dude, Jester.
Yeah.
This is hell. It happened.
Mm-hmm.
We're living it.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Did any of you hear about that weasel that like went into like CERN and got electrocuted and then like put us all into an alternate timeline?
We are a proud people.
Doesn't that explain so much?
This happened more than once.
Yeah, which would explain why it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
You can find that like great, like, you know, fourth or fifth dimension, whatever the psychics say we're supposed to be getting into, like the utopian timeline. Like that would be great. Oh, Dr. Josh isn't here enough to understand what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
We'll hit the play button.
Ever closer to our times, again takes another look at the same story, more closer to our times, but a different look, and that is, why are there wars on Earth? Was man born a warrior? Do we fight because that's how we were born, to fight with each other? Or were we taught warfare? Were we made to fight wars? So the story, though it's looked at from different angles, really takes, in each book, the story from one time period to another, and it begins almost 500,000 years ago. It begins almost precisely 450,000 years ago, because then it was that they landed on Earth for the first.
So, not Tab, but most of us have kids, right? I don't know about you. Did you guys have to teach your kids how to fight? Because I sure as hell didn't.
No. I don't remember doing that. I remember telling them not to.
All the fucking time.
The funniest part of this is the surprise. It's almost precisely 450,000 years ago. It's like it's this huge round number. It's almost precisely that.
Precisely, yes.
I mean, but we still have no idea when the last time was Nibiru was here, though. I mean, we just can't know that.
Yeah, it can't.
You know, that comes around every 36 years, like 3,600 years. 3,600 years like clockwork.
Question.
But the math is too hard.
Precise to know when that was last year. But 45,000 Bruce, 450,000.
It's seriously, it's like the author of the Book of Daniel. It really is.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell you stuff that happened 300 years after when I'm living.
Right.
But the fuck if I know what's going on right now. I don't know.
Right now? Oh no.
Fuck knows.
And the details of the landing are extraordinarily clear because the leader of the landing party, who was a great scientist in all fields of science, was known. His name was Enki. He led a group of 50 astronauts.
I'm sorry. All right, look, just so it's clear. This is basically just taking English translations of Sumerian and Akkadian stories, often not knowing which one is which, just so you're aware, and referring to like the Sumerian Enuma Elish, which, you know, those two words are both Akkadian terms. Anyway, and reading them and saying this is either like literal history, they're just writing down precisely what happened, or it's metaphor, like metaphorical language at times, describing literal history. That's all this is. So when you read the 12th planet, it's just like, all right, now let's turn to our next historical document, Enkin and Horsog. Like, okay. It's not really the genre of history writing, but who am I to disagree?
It just continues to astonish me, I think, at how much so many people think that people in antiquity just had no imagination at all. Like, all they could do was describe things that they actually saw, and that was it. That's it. That's all they could do.
We know how they landed because they splashed down in the waters of the Persian Gulf. We know where they set up their first Earth station number 1.
Yeah, we know
what they called
all that.
Eridu, which literally meant home away from home. And
it never ceases to amaze me what mediocre white men can come up with. So.
Josh, I feel like I have to back this up just a couple of seconds here.
We know where they set up their first Earth station number 1. We know what they called it. They called it Eridu.
Eridu
literally meant home away from home.
Home away from home. All right, Josh, go.
Yeah. So Eridu is the name of a city. There's no question it is very old. One of my first presentations in archaeology class was on this temple sequence, what they think is a temple sequence. Like, there's 14 of them superimposed one on another. I think goes back to the Ubaid period, but nobody should quote me on that. But, I would be afraid to ask him what he's referring to when he talks about we know where their spaceships splashed down in the Persian Gulf, or is he just saying Eridu's really close to the Persian Gulf, so that must be where they splashed down? I just don't know. And I'm afraid to ask him.
And all the names for Earth, even in English, but certainly if you take the German word Erde and the Persian word and even the Hebrew Eretz, they all come from that name, Eridu. Eridu, Erde, Earth. And that's how we look.
The god Enki. Is this an original?
No, it's not a replica.
No, that's a piece of chocolate, ma'am.
This is an original.
It's an original piece of chocolate.
Awesome.
Why don't you tell us the creation story of these Nephilim and how they went about creating
So,
sapiens?
we're talking about the Nephilim creating Homo sapiens in the. Are we still talking about the Enuma Elish?
Tell us the Sumerian story about the Nephilim. Come on, Kip. Why can't you do that? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. It has to do with what you see here. This is the only statue or statuette of one of them, there were many, that has gold on it. And the reason is that it indicates the purpose for which he had come to Earth. As far as I could make from those tales.
As far as I could make. Look, as far as I can make up is what you're saying.
Is he going to start? I learned about this yesterday, I think. Is he going to start talking about how the aliens came to Earth looking for gold?
Yes, because their atmosphere,
So I learned this yesterday that there's a fuck ton of gold out there. You know, that's way the hell easier to get to and extract for interstellar traveling species than to come to, fucking Earth. And I'm not even an astronomer. I'm just a biblical scholar here. So, but that's what I was told.
I would also think that if you had the technology to travel that far, you wouldn't splash down. You'd land somewhere. Yeah. Come on. Splash down. Losers.
I agree with you.
So we got the interstellar travel part down.
Bear in mind, this was 1986, back when SpaceX was still just a glimmer in Elon Musk's eye.
And Space Force wasn't run by Michael Scott, back in the
days. At risk of annihilation, of seeing all life end on their planet. Due to various tales and circumstances, a court upheaval, and there's a very interesting Hittite tale that gives the information.
What gives information?
The Hittite tale. Yeah, the Hittite tale. Just look, just grab any fucking old text that you can find. It's all talking about the same shit. Hittites, completely different people group.
They all have a piece, Josh. It's like the Indian parable of the elephant, right? You put the Hittites have the trunk, right, and the Sumerians have
their four gospels,
a leg, and exactly. That's it. They're synoptic.
Hallelujah.
Escaped in a spaceship to Earth. And I say spaceship not only because that was the only way to go from one planet to another, but also because those spaceships were depicted.
They hadn't developed the large slingshots yet.
Here's a 5,500-year-old depiction.
Oh, here we go.
There it is.
The 50.
Oh man!
500-year-old depiction of a spaceship. Do you know this? Do you know
what are we actually looking at?
So there are. So just so that it's clear, like A&E iconography is not. That's a whole sub-discipline. People do art history as a specialization in the field. So like there are lots of different little symbols that you'll see show up in and these are like cylinder seals or plaques or so that one there, what specifically it represents, I mean it's probably like a deity of some sort, but I don't know.
I'm sorry, this is not my area of expertise. We get it.
It's my thing, right? It's how I get out of all tough questions, Josh, how old are you? Look, that's not really my area of expertise.
So, much to the chagrin of every Christian apologist out there. So it's the spaceship here is it's the thing in the center there, right?
I mean, maybe it could be that thing off to the lower left. You know,
I'm guessing it's not the fish on the bottom.
I mean, it might be the guy throwing the banana up in the air. You don't know.
Or is that the chief astronaut? Is it Enki? Enki's the chief astronaut on this mission.
I think he's the chief scientist. Come on.
And it's the banana because no gravity, right? Like I've watched how things go on the International Space Station. This is making so much
he's
sense.
juggling with his other hand, so you know. Mine is like, you guys were never invited back. I'm sorry.
You're coming back every week.
She's trying to get rid of me, so.
It's working.
Spacecraft. And we know exactly where it was, because it was between Mars, a 6-pointed planet, because Mars was the 6th planet, and between Earth, whose number was 7, and you can see the 7 dots.
Oh, come on.
And this is 1.
Dr. Josh.
Maya, one has 6 points, and the other one has 7 dots.
Do you really have to major? Like have a doctorology in
right? I can say that it's not that. Right?
Listen, guys,
we can all say it's not.
Josh has a Bachelor of Science degree. That certainly will be helpful here.
Oh shit! I like to refer to it as my BS degree. Thank you. God.
It hurts.
Okay.
But on Mars, speaking to or being welcomed by someone on Earth, you see the wings.
You see the wings?
The nickname was the Eagles, those who manned the spacecraft.
The wings, because Earth, the wings.
Zach, why do we need a spaceship if we've got wings? Zach, I don't understand.
I don't even understand. Like, why isn't there just fire spewing from his ass? Like, why?
Is that a dolphin?
What?
Yeah, and we're just gonna throw a fish out of the bottom.
I bet he's not gonna talk about it at all. I bet he's not.
Okay, you know what we should do? The next time I come on, we should grab just a random piece of A&E art, put it up on the screen, and make up a whole fucking story from it. That's what we should do.
Dr. Josh is coming back. You heard it here. I'm cutting that. I'm clipping that and playing it at every stream.
I just, I don't know how I feel about all of this. Like, it took Josh so long, and you never asked me, Mike. You never asked me. Like, I'm just gonna hey, can I come on your show?
You have no idea how often that happens.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
You guys are ridiculous. Okay.
And this is a spacecraft with its solar panels, as if you're looking at the design by NASA engineers.
The solar panels designed by NASA engineers. Okay.
It's got lines.
That's
only NASA engineers can draw lines, you guys.
And they're listen, they are such precise designers of these spacecrafts, like the NASA engineers, that the dimensions on this particular picture are very precise.
That's why there are oars, so you can row through space. That's what they're doing. And they want to take Excalibur with them, so that's off on the left there. So,
No. Excalibur belongs on Earth. Maybe they're coming
right.
to get
It confirms it. It confirms it because that's the Earth guy with the wings. You can tell because of the wings.
Where was this record found?
In Sumer. All these are Sumerian.
How long have we had those tablets, that particular one?
Like 25 minutes.
Well, this tablet, which is found in the Hermitage Museum in Leningrad.
And that's where we found it.
Almost 100 years ago. Is known has been published, was not found by me. But when you ask the scholar what does it
sorry.
say, this is a mythological scene.
Like,
That was
a
an
question that
excellent
needed to be answered.
clarification. Thank
Oh,
you.
you didn't know? You didn't
Thank
go? You didn't excavate in Nippur? Oh, okay, all right. That's weird. Thought you would have. Okay, go ahead.
I'm guessing he didn't even dig it out of the Hermitage and go, hey, maybe somebody should do something with this. I'm guessing that didn't happen either. Wow. 1986. This is still behind the Iron Curtain, I think, isn't it? The Hermitage. I think so.
It's all a journey.
Okay. Sure.
That's what they say. So that deposed ruler escaped.
What was his name?
His name was Alalu,
I call him
Deposed by
the
Anu.
White.
deposed by Anu. And he escaped to Earth in a spacecraft. He crash landed, according to the tale. And when he was on Earth, he discovered.
Wait, so there's an obvious textual reference for that, isn't there, Josh? The
So
crash landing of Alalu on Earth.
Look, let me, if I can share my screen for just a second. Is that legal?
There should be like a TV with an up button.
Yeah, there probably is. All right, window. Okay.
Beautiful.
I have run out of things to drink.
Oh, that sounds like a personal problem.
So this is the electronic text corpus of Sumerian literature, also known as the History of Earth, I guess. So if you want to read
Intergalactic History of Earth,
yeah, there you go. So if you want to read these stories, here they are. All right, you could just go here. So I suspect the one that he's talking about, here's a section called King Lists and Other Compositions. Here's the Sumerian King List. You can either read it in Sumerian, like this, which is where you can do the whole, like, on, Nam means fate, Lugal means king, so that must be the fate of the king. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't mean that. Anyway, sorry, messed up there. Sorry, a bug just crawled across my foot, which is a novel experience. So I guess that's the gods telling me that I'm doing wrong here. But if you read it in English, let me make it bigger. That's what she said. Sorry, it's terrible. Just terrible.
It was written in English, right?
Obviously, and they translated it from English into Sumerian. Well, Zachariah Sitchin did. We can thank him for that. So here's how it starts. After the kingship descended from heaven, kingship here is just a metaphor for the spaceship. You can hear ship, kingship, spaceship. That's obviously true. Descended from heaven. The spaceship was in Eridu. I mean, I don't know what else you guys need here. Like
that's good enough for me.
In Eridu, Alulim became king. There he is, right?
Yeah.
He ruled for 28,800. Now that's a real number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, Algar ruled for 36,000 years. These two kings, they ruled for 64,800 years. Then Eridu fell. Okay. So this is when they were deposed. Okay. And the spaceship, kingship, spaceship, was taken to the city of Ad Tabira. Same thing. That's right.
Sure.
And then here are the kings that ruled there. Now look, this is where you can track this, and then I'll stop sharing so you guys can study this on your own and understand the history.
Do your own research, everyone.
That's right. Don't trust me. Trust Zachariah Sitchin. In Shuruppak, Ubar-Tutu became king. He ruled for 18,600 years. One king, he ruled for 8. Now look. 5 cities, 8 kings, they ruled for 241,200 years. Again, a real number. But then what do we see? The flood swept over, bitches. Right?
Mic drop.
This is where the flood sweeps over. And after the flood swept over, kingship came. So here's what we can tell from this. When the flood swept over, they had to leave. Earth, because obviously they don't want to be there when the flood sweeps over. So if you look, the kingship descended again from heaven. So the spaceship descended from heaven and it came to the city of Kish. So they came back, right? So again, obviously there's lots that I could teach you from this here, but there are probably things that we should do instead. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, there we go.
All right.
Everybody feels educated now.
I'm all educated up now. Whoa. It's been 2 hours. I really appreciate you losing sleep for me.
Oh, that was good time. Good time.
That was amazing. This is fun. I don't know. I've had fun. Gentlemen, how was it for you?
I had a blast. And I'm out of liquor.
And I have another OnlyFans subscription now, so
Indeed.
Win.
Indeed.
This I think is the very first episode of BSS that I have had 0 alcohol for.
What is wrong with you people? God damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was a Dr. Josh stream, our first Dr. Josh stream. I can't talk today. So yeah, you'd want to be like totally like sober for that. I could see it. But you know what? I'll let Dr. Kip, who's written no books, show Dr. Josh the way. So this is where we do the who are you, where are you, and what do you have coming up? Usually it's this week because most of our guests do stuff and shit. But you can think about that, and we'll let Dr. Kip lead.
All right. So I'm Dr. Kip Davis. I'm a specialist in early Judaism and a Hebrew Bible scholar. And I was told yesterday that I've written maybe nothing but great books. So and that comes from professor of Bible at Florida State University, Matthew Goff. So yeah, take it for what it's worth. It's maybe some people haven't read all the great books I've written because they're academic books, which is a thing, I guess. So peer review and all that shit. What's that?
What I found really interesting was that the person who said that paid to take a class by you.
It's true. He did pay to take a class from me, and promptly stopped attending after 4 lessons. So it's surely he knows what's going on. But so I have a YouTube channel. It's under my name, which means that it doesn't look like a fucking cipher in the chat whenever I type it now. So it's still just Kip Davis on YouTube. I do biblical scholarship, correcting errors about the Bible, which means always running afoul of Christian apologists mostly, but other people too. So this week I'm doing a stream. I've decided to do something over the next little while. I've got a lot of content out there on other channels. I've given a lot of presentations on other platforms, and I decided I'm going to start just bringing those back and putting those on my own channel. So this week I'm really excited because I'm going to have my friend, PhD student in archaeology at the University of Leicester, Pat Lowinger, also from Discovering History with Pat Lowinger, and he and I gave a presentation a couple of years ago all about Isaiah chapter 6 and what the fuck is going on in Isaiah's throne vision, because Francesca Stavrokopoulou wrote about this in her book God and Anatomy, and a whole bunch of orthobro reformed white guys lost their shit about it. So we're going to talk about that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be Wednesday afternoon. It was going to be Friday, but I'm told that you guys have a holiday down there, so we're not doing it then. So it's going to be Wednesday afternoon, and then on Thursday afternoon, Josh and I will be on my channel, as we are every second Thursday evening, I guess, for you guys out east at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, for my bi-weekly show, Kiriati Breach, where we read Hebrew texts and nerd out about the language and talk about them. It's lots of fun. Lots of people just come and watch, even though they don't know a lick of Hebrew. They seem to like it. So, yeah. So come and check it out.
I just like talking shit in the chat. Total fun to me.
And I'll say one more thing. There will be a link to a book that you can actually purchase coming within the next 2 or 3 weeks. So soon.
I mean, you do have books. Would you like to talk? You always say this, and then you never talk about any of the books you actually have written.
Well, it's because nobody can afford them, right?
Yeah.
Like
right.
Yeah. So I've written scholarly books. My name is on the cover of 4. The K4 Apocryphon of Jeremiah and Jeremiah Discourse is the monograph that I wrote, which is based on my PhD dissertation. I've been co-editors on 2 editions of text editions, 2 volumes of text editions. I maybe I have the ignoble distinction of having 2 volumes that are officially retracted or in the process of being retracted, because books of text editions that I've edited actually contain modern forgeries, which I was also involved in revealing. So there's that, and then I have another book that I co-edited with some friends about the War Scroll and War and Peace in early Judaism and the Dead Sea Scrolls. So, did he die? Did he just fall over and fall asleep? I was so like, I was like, what happened?
I was wondering that.
Sorry, that bug came back and was on my foot again, and I executed vengeance upon it, as did Yahweh upon the Amalekites. So that will ruin his weekend.
But that's just hyperbolic language, right, Josh?
Yes, I mean I didn't actually terminate his life. It was a tickle session that I gave him. That's what the hyperbole is.
Dr. Josh, who are you? Where are you? What do you have coming up?
So I have been teaching 3 classes this semester. I finished up my second Hebrew course, our second semester Hebrew students on Saturday, and then tomorrow I finish up my year of or 2 semesters of Sumerian. So then I get a nice little break until the end of August, when I will be teaching semester 3 of Hebrew, and I will be starting Akkadian, so teaching people how to read Akkadian. And I will have a sort of a famous student in that class with me, who's you may know him. My understanding, he has a book coming out soon. So Dr. Kip Davis will be in there. We'll be there.
It's Canadian time.
But it's possible. A thinker has expressed that there's a large group of people that are interested in taking Hebrew 1. So I have said that I would be willing to run another semester. So if people are interested in that, they should go to digitalhammurabi.com, and there is a newsletter that you can sign up for, and that Oh, it's under the Contact Us tab. And sorry, Megan's right here because I'm in our room streaming.
You're both awake.
Yeah.
No, tell her to say hi. We love her.
Come say hi, Megan.
She would. If she wasn't naked.
Oh,
she is currently.
No, do not do that.
Yeah. So yeah.
So just sending love.
Yeah. I mean, not that I would, but anyway. So, what was I saying?
Acadian? You were talking about Acadian.
Right. So if people are interested in taking Acadian, obviously sign up for that, or email us at digitalhammurabi@gmail.com, and we will get you on the list. But yeah, I've got my 3 volumes of Learn to Read Ancient Hebrew written. The first one is Megan's almost done her editing process through it, and then we have a reader editor that's lined up. We're going to get the cover and everything, the interior design, and get that one out to the publisher sometime this year. I think the goal is to get it out before Christmas so that people can buy it for a Christmas present. I also finished my sample. I mean, I have like 300 some pages of my Leviticus commentary written, but they want me to send a sample of it to Phoenix Sheffield Press. So like a 3,000 word sample. So I just finished that this week. Megan just read through it to give her okay on it. So I'll be sending that off, and hopefully that'll get my spot in that their commentary series on the text of the Hebrew Bible. So I will have a Leviticus commentary in that series. That'll be kind of cool. But
that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah, and I'll shut up. But I think I have to do one more live stream on TikTok tomorrow at some point.
Oh,
and I'm going to do that. I don't know.
You know what? You didn't
add
give me the
people
thing
to
for
the
your
stage.
You didn't give me the thing for your TikTok. I'm gonna have to put that in here.
Oh, yeah. What am I?
I have no idea.
I think it's.
You're a TikTok maven.
Yes.
Yes, which apparently means smart or something.
Or something. Oh, now I don't have it, and I feel bad.
God. Hold on, I can look. I think it just says at DJ Hammurabi 1. So not at all what I said. Shut up. You know what? Yeah, but you're laughing. I can hear you.
So, okay, I will put this in here just so I don't lose it. Copy. All right, so let's see. Dr. Josh. Oh, Senior Josh. Dr. Josh on TikTok.
And I actually prefer the Right Reverend Bowen, so, but I answer to both.
Oh, did you want to give us an epic rant or a rat?
Didn't you? No.
Earn the BS.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Josh is a professional. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you want to do it? Did you want to wrap us out?
Yes.
So I thought you said wrap us up, and I'm like, wait, there's a specific way that you end. You said wrap us out, though.
Real quick though, Vandy, do you have anything coming up? Maybe a goddamn plane flight.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I will be flying back to the States. I will be back home in California on next Saturday evening.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Did you get married? Is this your
well, I'm flying back to the States in 2 days. But no, it's vacation. I'm taking some time off. I never. You know how often I take time off, Maya?
Are you going to the mansion in Birmingham?
No,
Andy?
I'm not going. No,
Okay.
no.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's in Tuscaloosa.
Right.
Okay, why did he do that? You know how he is.
Sorry. That was my Canadian moment. You get one.
God damn it. Okay, and so next week, I'm not sure if Mark Reed is still here. He will be back with us next week talking about stuff and shit. So that's going to be really exciting. And then, Dr. Josh, do you got any raps off the cuff that you'd like to?
I mean, I could do the end of the Gilgamesh rap.
Yes.
I would love that.
All right. But then you just have to like end it, like just at the end.
Okay.
Because I could do this. But no.
No, well, when you do that, I'll know it's time to end it.
So let's see. All those journeys made him realize that even though everybody lives and dies, when people in the future heard of his name, he'd live forever in all his fame. So that's a little story about Gilgamesh with a hip hop beat to keep it nice and fresh.